Well, do you think we can get anything at all ready to go for the fair? I hope so, because I need to start taking it all tomorrow. So let's see what we can make happen. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Ross the Oliver Man, and we need to start getting some stuff ready for the fair because tomorrow's the day to take it. So I was going to take this, but I wanted to do some more work on the front side panels before putting the stickers on, and I'm not happy with them. So I guess it's going to just stay here, and we'll keep working on that as we go. I got wrapped up in working on that 2-cylinder John Deere, and the stickers haven't even shown up for it, so I guess it won't get to go either. So that might have been some wasted effort I could have been using on getting some of this other stuff ready before then. But we can go take a look at that real quick before we get into today's project. So here's this. Not perfect, but much more better than it was. I bet I spent 5 days on that hood, and I'm still not happy with it, because it's still not perfect, but it is what it is. I'm over it. I'm not, life's too short to mess with that. So as soon as the stickers come, we can put those on. I didn't get the fenders done, but that's gonna be a process for another time, because the one of them is kind of rusty out. I don't know. I don't know if there's anything I could have done over the years to stop that. I think that's just the way it's made, because it's a pocket there that could collect moisture and whatnot. But as far as I know, these fenders are not a common thing that you see on a lot of these tractors. But these were on here since new, because there's pictures of it when it was new, and they were on from day one. So what else have I done? Well, I managed to break the seat back, so I had to order another one, which is fine because the one I had was a cheaper one, and the one I bought is restoration quality that has rivets around the edges like the original. So there's that. I bought a new light. That light and this battery box has been busted since the tractor was not very old, because great grandpa, I guess, decided that he was going to put this 3-point thing on it, an actual Deere factory 3-point. I have the book for that still, but he ended up selling the hitch. But it was like a 3-point hitch deal or whatever they called their version of it, and he bought a mounted plow. And Grandpa said that whenever they raised it up one time, it just smashed all this in, and they were so ticked off. I guess Great Grandpa wasn't happy about that, but that was what it was. So after that, I don't know. He said they used it a lot, but they finally took that off and sold that hitch apparatus. So that's the deal with that. So I got a new light and fixed that up. I don't know. It's not a show quality paint job, but like I said, that's not what I'm after, because it's going to be in use. So I want to be able to play with it and not feel bad about, you know, what I'm doing or it getting dirty. I did get it running better. You were all right. It was running on 1 cylinder. This side was not firing. And I finally just figured out that the plug, when you put the plug in, it wasn't firing. It would fire when it was out, because I had it sitting out here and was watching the spark, and it had fine spark, but when you put it in, it just would not fire. So I ordered another box of them. Right now it's got a mix match set of plugs in it. But that's that. I wish I would have done all this when I started, so that all the paint was the same. Not, you know, some of it's not as shiny as others now, but whatever. It's good enough for who it's for. And I don't know. What else should I say? I did leave some original paint in 2 places on it because I thought it was good. And I thought that would just be telling of the tractor. One of them's down here. I don't know if that shows up on film very good, but there's some original green paint. But And when I couldn't get that side to fire, I took the valve cover off, and now I see it's dripping. So we're going to be doing that again and probably getting a new gasket and what have you. So I really wanted to take it to the fair. Maybe I'll just take it like this with no stickers on it. I don't know. But I really feel like I need to, because otherwise I wasted my effort working on it. But yeah, so I took it for a drive today back to where great grandpa lived, my uncle's farm. I call him my uncle. It's my great uncle, grandpa's brother, and he wanted to drive it. He's been leaving comments on the videos, you know. So I took it over there. You can see some footage of that, of him driving it around. So that was neat. And another strange thing is I got off to stop and talk to him, and the tractor died and it would not start. And we were laughing, and he said, you know, it remembers that it used to live here and it wants to stay. So, but I did get it started and then drove it home. So I still am not happy with my carburetor adjustment. We need to come up with, I don't know. I'll find somebody who knows more than me locally. My cousin, who has the John Deere Combine, they have several 2-cylinders, so, and they actually two of them work for Deere, so hopefully I can talk them into figuring out what I'm doing wrong here, because I don't know. We can see it. Let's see if it'll start. It hasn't run since noon, so let's see if we can make this happen. I still don't know the procedure for, you know, how much choke and whatever. Grandpa always said you always had to choke it, so I think that's just a quirk of a 2-cylinder tractor. But, and as before, I've said I always disconnect batteries and whatnot. Look at that. That's the way it should run. That's pretty sweet. It has never ever started like that. I can't believe it did that, especially on camera. So maybe I got the carburetor right? I don't know. But that's pretty neat. I can't believe it did that. So we're going to keep using this thing as previously stated, because I got too much time and money in this now to let it sit here and not have something happen to it. So we'll run an auger with it or do something with it. I don't know, run to the mailbox. I can't wait for those stickers to get here though, or decals, or if you're overseas, decals. I don't know what you want to call them. So, but anyway, like I said, they're from Geordie decals, which I always was told was the best for a 2-cylinder. So, yeah, I need to finish tightening my bolts too, because I don't think I did that. So, maybe this will be at the fair, maybe not. But that leads us to our next project, and we'll go over there right now. All right, friends, you asked for it, and I'm not smart enough to say no. So, we're going to see if we can revive this, and maybe I can take it to the fair. Spoiler alert, I did check this out earlier, and I remembered some things. Let's take a look here as to what I have remembered. Well, the first thing I remembered is it's got an almost new battery in it. I put a new battery in it when I was putting it in the shed, and as previously stated, it did not want to stay running right, and it ran me over, just about. Not all the way, but enough to know that I was mad at it. So, that being said, one thing that is wrong, as indicated when I looked in this box that I laid on the platform, starter switch is bad. It does not work. Does not make contact. So I used jumper cables to see if my battery was good and jumped from there directly to the starter, and it does in fact turn it over. So we're going to replace the starter switch and I think also this cable because it looks like garbage. And that is why this video will probably be a two-part video, because in this first part we are going to try to get the switch out of there and the cable out of there. And then we are going to, tomorrow, I will go in and get the correct stuff. And we will put that back. Also, I got new points, but they didn't have them, so they should be there. These points do not look all that dandy. And if I remember correctly, when I was messing with this the last time, which the last time I thought was when I made the transmission good, because as I've said before, the transmission was junk, but I don't think that can be because this is an awfully new battery past when that actually happened. So anyway, I bought a set of points from the old King Rule store up there, and they were awful. They did not work, so I ended up putting the old ones back in, I think. And as I look at these, they look awfully burnt. Like, as in, there's not much left of them on the one half. And I'm not sure about that. So, even though they look shiny and new, they do not appear to be. Also, I have already replaced the coil, but I'm not saying that that's any good. It might be a piece of garbage too. And that leads me to, did I replace the spark plug wires? Well, it kind of looks like they've been replaced, but did I do it? I don't know. I bought another set the other day, as in like a couple days ago. So, I don't know. Some guy was here, and they bought a Case garden tractor I had just a few days ago, and he said there was supposed to be a rubber grommet in this. So I don't know if I need to go get a rubber grommet and put back in this, but I don't know. We're getting into a lot more troubles than I really wanted to deal with. Those look like brand new everything. See, it is. It's new plugs and wires. I'm sure I put those on whenever I did this, but it just does not run good, or didn't when I was putting it away. So we're going to wait and table that, and we're going to throw all of our ignition parts into the dirt, because that's always good. Okay. Now, another thing I noticed is that there is absolutely no gas in this at all. And I don't have any here on hand. So, that's going to prove to be kind of a problem, see? Because these things don't run on air. So, we'll deal with that tomorrow, because why do today what you can do tomorrow? And like I said, our main goal tonight is to get this switch out, which is, you see how much sadness that is? I can't even get my fat meat hook in there. And, oh, another bonus was this entire area was filled up with fluffy stuff. There's still some down in there I couldn't reach. It was level to the top of there, that kind of stuff. So I dug that out and need to dig out some more, but yeah, we need to try to figure out how to get that out of there. And it just don't look like fun. Boy, the tricky trick is going to be, there's a fuse on the back of the light switch. How's a guy supposed to, how's a guy supposed to do that, people? I think maybe I can get both of the nuts loose off of there And then we'll see if we can get that switch to come out maybe from like the top-ish or something. I don't know. I'm really not sure what my plan is, but I know one thing. This one's got a lot longer nub sticking out, and that's going to be a lot harder to wiggle that through there, so what fun. All right, now I hear you people screaming from the back, hey, dum-dum, why don't you just take the hood off? Well, I thought about that. It looks awfully difficult, and I really don't want to. So I'm going to try to do it this way and just make the best of my poor, pathetic decision. And another problem that we are going to have is low intelligence. Well, we have that all the time, but I don't really know where I was going with that. But we're going to have more problems, is what I'm saying. There's no way that the hood not opening enough is going to be our only problem. There will be more. Fear not. The nice thing is, if the hood falls down while I got my hand in there, it'll probably break it. So then I'll be able to spend the next 6 weeks in a cast and, you know, won't even be able to wipe. So that's nice. You know, that's what everybody wants. We'll see how close my friends are when I call them to see if they can help me. Probably not that close. All right. Well, there's one. The easiest one. Which consequently looks like, what did I do here? Did I use an old rickety wire when I changed out this gauge? It sure looks like I did. Well, we're gonna have to remedy that because that was a stupid decision I made. I bet I didn't have an end or another or something. But whatever. The time is now. We've already thrown away our wrench, so, you know, we might as well. Yeah. Okay, now the most difficult thing, we can't get to it, see? And I'm glad it's coming loose because that's kind of step one of the battle. See, if I stick my fingers here, they will be sure to break when the hood falls. I mean, there ain't no if, and, or but about that. I will definitely be less fingered than I am. Now, I'm contemplating taking out this ignition switch to gain myself a millimeter of room. Is that a good idea? Why, no, but it's worth an idea, or worth a try. So our next problem is, oh, it's like 1,000 degrees outside today. Did I say that? I mean, in the shade, it is miserably hot. And of course that won't come loose, so that idea, scrap that. This is such an awkward tractor. Whoever put it together, I just don't know. We're gonna have to close the hood to do what I'm trying to do now. Close the hood to try to make my life easier, which is not gonna be. Okay, so my thinking was, we might even replace this switch, because it's been my experience that these switches do not hold up to the vibration. And the only one that does is that 75 amp Grody switch. But I'm not sure that there's enough room in the... I'm thinking of just sticking both wires through the hole and, you know, twisting them together when you want it to run. I went and looked at a combine that somebody was using that way one time. He apparently decided switches weren't reliable, so he had all the wires dangling. Some of them had remnants of switch on them, but when you wanted something to run, you just twisted the red and the blue wire together. You want high-speed fan? Change it from blue to green. I wish I could live life with that much carefreeness. Well, this ain't going well. And you see our predicament? How when I put the hood up, it's in the way. I'm really perturbed here. There's just no happy medium. Whoa. This is gonna break my hands for sure. I just know it will. What? The flip. I'll censor that. That's not what I was thinking. Boy, it's warm in temperature right in here. I thought I could tough it out long enough to... We're getting to the point where something is going to be destroyed because I've had enough. Ah! Why won't you just cooperate? Let's play the same game that I'm playing, which is getting the tractor for the fair, not see if we can make Ross as mad as possible. Because that game, the tractor is doing very well at. Can we scratch up all the paint? Sure. That's the only thing this tractor's got going for it. It's got paint on it. Other than that, it ain't nothing special. I am very quickly losing my patience. We've already decided that we're not keeping this switch. If you haven't been able to tell that from the actions that are here for taking place. We're scratching up the hood. That's excellent. When the weather's not nice, it's really hard to focus. Okay, we got half of it off, so now we should just be able to knock the rest loose. There. Okay. All of that destruction, just to try to gain ourselves a little space for our fat hand. Jeez, come on out of there, donkey. Eeyaw, eeyaw. I was thinking I'd put these wires in new at some point, but maybe not. Okay, well, even if we abandon this project and don't take it to the fair, wouldn't it still be nice if it ran and drove so we could justify keeping it? Well, the best I can do is work right in your way. That's all I got. I can't do any better than that. What I'm going to do is risky here. I'm going to hold this up with my head, stick my fingers in there so that whenever I drop the hood, remember, it will instantly break my fingers. That really hurts too. If the hood prop was longer, I think it would help too. This really sucks. Well, there goes the lock washer or something. So that's out. There goes. Son of a gun. Okay. Okay, you. Now, probably the most difficult task is about to begin. That is demounting this. there's absolutely zero room to get anything in there. Sure. I'm afraid we're going to have the exact right tool for this. How are we going to do this, folks? I'm sure more sheet metal comes off it somehow, but I don't know how. I did just have a thought. I wonder if a guy takes the battery out, if there's much that holds this tin thing in here. Because I don't know. The battery cable should be loose, and it's not. I'm starting to remember now why I have never done this yet. Because we're really starting to raise our blood pressure. Yes. Like I said, it's 1,000 degrees outside today. So that's nice. Come on, you. Oh my gosh, I can't hardly take it out of here. All right. Get out. So there's one little doodad that's holding this down. I see there was another doodad on the other side, but it's long not holding. But I got no idea how a guy's supposed to get to whatever those bolts are. Like, what the heck? I could take the side panel off, you say, but no, I can't, because one of the bolts I can't get to on it. So I'm thinking something like this is about to happen. And it's going to come loose. Whether it like it or not. Oh good, I hope I broke it because I'm over it. Okay, so I'm thinking when this goes back together that tin shroud ain't going with it. Because what does that gain us? Absolutely nothing. I'm really getting annoyed at the telephone too, because it seems to be ringing today just right and left like I can't hardly stand it. That got us a ton of room to work, but it still did not get us an easy access to that bolt. Okay, how can we make this much more difficult? Well, you can't do that. I wonder if we're going to be... All right, the camera shut off because it says it's hot, which really off because I'm hot and I got to keep working. Just ridiculous, camera. Make a freaking camera that can stand the weather, GoPro. I'm getting kind of sick of this. Constantly be babysitting it because it can't take it. It's too hot or it's too cold. See, we ain't doing it now. Yeah, now we're just turning the screw, which wouldn't turn before when I wanted to turn it. No, it wouldn't do that at all. I got no idea how that light switch comes out of there. But I know one thing. This is awful. This is an awful job at an awful time of day with an awful temperature. All for you, the viewer, because you wanted to see the case room. Okay, maybe I got a hold of that where I can turn the outside now with a screwdriver and it's loose enough. I hope, because I'm about to die. Yes, sir. We're going to take that light switch out anyway, aren't we? Jeez. You know, that really is stupid. If you got to take every single gauge out, or every single thing off the dash to change one of them. That's just nuts. I wonder if I take that nut loose, if I could just pivot the switch. This is so stupid. I don't even know that the lights work anyway. I'm thinking about just busting that off and not worrying about it. Okay. Well, I hate to tell you, but it's getting darn near time that it's time to walk away and table this till tomorrow. See, I can get that one out and you say, oh, well, problem solved. No, not problem solved. Because I'll never get the new one in. It's twice the length. And it's just not, I don't think it's going to work to do it without some type of problem. You know, see? How am I supposed to get that through there? Just manhandle it? That's good for a fuse, right? Sure. Oh yeah, let's just get in there. Let's just embrace the sadness. Oh, that's cool too. The new one doesn't fit through the hole. As always, if you enjoy my videos, give them a thumbs up. Leave a comment and tell me how dumb you think I am. Or, if by some slim chance you liked it, say that. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.